Hi, I'm Lola. This is the Brook Bungalow, and today we will be continuing our Let's Build. So, yesterday we did the exterior and all of the landscaping and whatnot, and the backyard, as well as the interior layout. So, let's get started on the ground floor. And what better place than that bathroom? Partly because, the layout is figured out, but also because it's hidden behind the stairs. So for this house, I'm thinking will be a little bit dated, but not like completely. I wanted to, like, this is a fancy house after all, so I think they deserve some older finishes. Should this be just the sink and then maybe like, no, let's do the large counters, why not? Let's check the swatches. I like that one. Let's go with that. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now a sink, a fancy sink. This one, just maybe a different color. Yeah, good enough. What about this mirror? It's light, but I like it. Let's check the bathroom colors because I like this overall tile. I don't know if I like the swatch. So upstairs, I think the bathrooms will be blue. Should that be... I wish it was slightly different because I do like that green, but from far away it doesn't look green, does it? Or darker gray? Pink. Let me try out a few different tiles. Maybe there is a different one that looks good. Like this. Honestly, yeah. Actually, blue or green? Let's go with the green. It's a little bit more muted. Or, let me try this one. No. The tiles look like they've been renovated in the 90s. For the floor tiles, I would love something yellow. What floor tiles actually match this? This? Yeah, I got it right. Giving Spanish colonial house, but I like it, so let's keep it. If I change my mind, then we'll just change the wallpapers and the floors to match the upstairs bathrooms. In the meantime, let's clutter this up. Maybe some candles and some lotions. I don't know if anybody's washing their teeth in this bathroom per se, because all the bedrooms are upstairs, but why not? You know what? No. Hand soap. Something like this, and then snapping. While I'm cluttering this up, how was your day? How was your weekend? How was your Monday? It was raining in Arizona for most of the weekend, if not all of it, but yeah, so that was exciting. Better. Let's fix this a little. You know what? Let's get rid of that. Let's get a plant. No, let's get a tall plant, maybe like this cactus, and put it right there. Fix that a little. Boom, there we go. Bigger tall one here now because it gets in the doorway. This skinny one. I like that it's tall, but I hate how like on full the actual plant looks. Like it looks sad, like it looks neglected, to be honest. But I think for the purpose of this bathroom, you know what? Let's do a cabinet instead. Are they here? Yes, they are. Something like this? Yeah. And this way we can maybe put that there? No. Let's just centralize those candles a little bit. Why did you flip so badly? Yes, that I can work with. So what color should this be? Let's keep it white. It actually works. What color should these be? Green? Let's make them blue. That's fine. Can we make this blue? Yes. Can we change these colors? That's a blue one. That's a slightly green. That's a slightly blue. Split the difference. This is a slightly green and yellow bathroom, but I think it would work. Do we put anything behind the toilet or on this wall? this wall, it's a little empty, but it's fine. Maybe like a light fixture. Ooh, something like this. And then really quickly, let's take a look at some of the swatches. So there is light blue, but there is also dark blue. So if you remember from the last video, I want the overall look and feel of this house to be light woods, like white, which is why this trim is white, for example. I'm actually thinking of keeping the walls the way they are. I like the stripes, it gives it some interest, with like blue accents. And so this bathroom is a standout, so we might have to come back to it. Because this is technically more appropriate, but this looks better in this bathroom, so let's leave that one. And toilet paper. Toilet paper, where are you? There we go. Let's see. Right there. Do we want a towel? Why not? These fancy people can have a fancy towel. And this light blue one? Oh, I was gonna get another light and then I forgot. ADHD in full swing today, but that's alright. This? Yeah, why not? This was probably gonna be a light fixture for this whole house. And it's okay for it to be uneven. Or is there one that's like this one? Because I believe this and that are the same thing, but this does not come in the dark blue. Right, so this has 8 swatches. This is way more. Yeah, they should be the same set. That's unfair. Oh well. Let's see, does this other one look better? No, no. Okay, let's take a look at the hand towels one more time. So either this, that, the green one, just to spice things up. You know what? I'll keep this one. And we can maybe add like 2. Good enough for me. As far as the window goes, should we add some... I mean, privacy is not an issue, but maybe like a decorative aspect of like... Oh, no. Something like this. Covers the whole window up. But it does come with many blue swatches and many light swatches. So this matches the bathroom very well. This will match the whole house, I think. So that's contender A. Let's check this one out. Similar colors to contender A. Actually, I kind of like this because it doesn't... This covers up the window a lot. If I could actually get it on this side of the window. So let's do that one. Let me try this one out as well. What colors do you have? That's too dark and that's too dark. Cool. The bathroom is done. How about the kitchen now? Okay, I pulled out a handful of cabinets. Let me go through the swatches and I'll show you what I find. This one has a lot of blue swatches. Like there's blue galore, which is interesting. That one's cute. But I think this is a little bit too retro. However, this color, absolutely perfect for the whole house. This one, the wood is a little bit slightly green blue, so I don't mind that. This might work. So with these, like I don't like the blue tile. I think that's a little bit much. Then again, maybe the kitchen doesn't have to be in the same color scheme. Maybe we can use something like this. And I think this just looks a little bit too modern. But then again, maybe it doesn't. I don't hate it. No, it looks a little too modern. So at least that's one decision down. So I'm gonna go with the tiled one and see how that looks. I'm just gonna power through and see where we end up. Okay, this is the basic layout for now, and let's go to the other wall where I think we need something there. Maybe like a cabinet? Let's do 3 because I think we can swing it. Now I will have to play test this idea, But if we could do that, or even this, I think that would be gorgeous. But if we can't play test it, then I'll put the fridge right here. Sorry, if I play test this and it doesn't work, then I'll put the fridge over there. Anyways, ooh, F5. Okay, let's move these over. It's a little tight. Can we get like a corner? Better. Move this over a tiny bit. I was hoping they line up. Let me see if I can make it line up. I can make it line up. All right, and then these two. Boom, done. So this way we can add a sink to right in front of that window. Okay, I like the sink, but I don't know if I like the color, so let's change it to white. Yeah, to white. Better. And the stove can go right here. The stove can be the fancy one. Okay, let's figure out the cabinets first before I pick a vent hood. So hold on, this is how tall? That tall. Oh, I got it right. So let's take a look at what options do we have. So this is an open shelf type of thing. This is glass with plates. Okay, all right. What else do we have? Yeah, I think that makes sense. Let's see. Can I actually get these aligned? It's not perfectly aligned, but let's imagine that it is. You know what? No. Yes, much better. All right, let's get the vent hood. This one, something a little bit more traditional looking. Also a little bit traditional looking. Wait, what are those? This one and this one. Okay. I mean, the cabinets can go all the way to the ceiling, and that's okay, but that doesn't mean that the vent hood can't. Let's see. The swatches, maybe the default one? Yeah. Okay, why not? Let me change these. Hold on, let's see. One right here and one right there. Much brighter, much brighter. Okay, so this wall has a handful of upper cabinets. This doesn't. Do I go in and add them anyways? Maybe something like this again? Does clip a little, but honestly, if you don't look that close, it looks fine. I mean, they're not the same height, so that does not help. So these are a little bit complicated because this space and this space is not even, but at least it looks better than this. Perfect. So let's get a window dressing. It's a big window dressing, which is the same one that we had in the bathroom. So it does not go all the way down, and I think that's okay. Does this also fit very nicely on this side? Yes, it does. Cool. Let's change the color to this bright blue. What is this? Is that a turtle or an egg? Oh, sports balls. Gotcha. Like this looks like a football. This is a basketball. I still don't know what this is. Like a weird soccer ball that's also here. Just looks like a turtle to me. Anyways. Perfect. And let's add the fire alarm and the burglar alarm. Awesome. And you know what, let's give them this one because they also have a fireplace. This can be right here. Perfect spot. I want like a little side table in the middle for like a faux island. So it won't be like a sit down island, it will be more like a prep island. And I'm thinking either this one, or that one. Ooh, that's lovely, and it's contrast to what we've got going on with the white cabinets. Similar vibe. No similar vibes. I like this one because we can put stuff on the bottom. It'll be cuter decoration that way. So someplace here. Yeah. All right. We need a trash can. Because that's a perfect spot for a trash can. If I've ever seen one. fancy. It's also big. It's also kind of tall. Alright, let's give them the expensive one, because why not? And that's how they can maintain this fancy, expensive house. They get cash back on their trash. Anyway. Do they have a dishwasher? Yeah, why not? Do they have a teapot? Or a coffee pot? Or a microwave? Not a really good place to put it. But there. Okay, let's do that. Is that the right one? It's a little dated. I'm into it. Yeah, okay, let's do that. And like a matching coffee pot. Okay, I changed my mind. Let's go with a little bit more blue in here. Let's keep this one. Let's put it here by the sink. I can throw a bunch of clutter here and here and on top of the... Okay, let me pull out a bunch of stuff and then we'll put it together where it needs to go together. Okay, I put up a bunch of clutter, more or less where it could go. So let's start putting it places. So for example, the wine can be on the microwave. Does it fit? A little bit too far. Better. Better. And then this, hold on. So I was thinking that these can go under here. And that actually looks pretty good. You know what, let's remove this knife block. Let's see what color would go well here. This one or this one? Let's go with the blue one, why not? The salt and shakers can be somewhere else. Same with the cookies. Cookies can go maybe here. And, oh, come on. Yeah. I don't know if we need 3 utensil holders, but what's life without variety? And this can be, you know what, let's put it out front as if someone was just using it. There we go. And then right there, and this we can make smaller, right here, a little bit to the left. Whatever, good enough actually. And we can put this flower almost to the exact spot that I want it to go, just so it doesn't clip into the coffee pot. Cool. This lamp can go in this corner. I think that's adorable. Or should it go in this corner? No, it's a little bit too much stuff over there. Let's go with this one, why not? And then also this one. Let's change their spots. Sorry, whoa, locations, I mean. So they just look a little bit nicer for us. Fantastic. I wish this had like a recipe option where it just looks like it was clearly a recipe book, but that's okay. We can use our imaginations. Let's do this blue one, why not? This, what is it, fruitcake can, yeah, it can be the lighter color. And now we just change the colors of everything else. Ooh, yeah, let's go with the blue one, why not? That jar looks like it's about to fall off. Let's push it back a tiny bit. Let's move this out so it's not sitting right on top of the soap. Better, I don't love it. Let's move this back. Good enough, good enough. Blue. This grayish blue. Why not? And let's move this a tiny bit closer to the sink. Nice. This, should it stay white or this blue? I think it should stay white. That's slightly gnarly blue. This can be a little yellow, that's fine. This can stay white, and this one, yellow, yellow, blue, white. Yeah, this even older yellow. This is the milk, right? Yeah. Maybe they know a milk guy. I don't know. Fruit bowl? Too much stuff. The fruit bowl can go in the dining room. And do we want to put some type of mat? I'm into it. Is there a good color? Maybe the green one, just to change things up a tiny bit. Okay, right on. So let me take a look at the different swatches for both the floor and the wall, because those were always kind of temporary, and then I'll show you what I got. Okay, so I decided to keep the same flooring as in the rest of the house, because honestly this doesn't look too bad, but I feel like I could just split the difference, and I used the slightly greenish instead of the blue wallpaper. I think it calms everything down a little bit. I tried yellow, but wait, did I even try this yellow? Ooh, no I didn't, because we had the brown before. Yeah, that looks too dark and too off. This one, this one, this one, this one. I don't like being indecisive. This is too much blue. Okay, let's go. Nice. It matches all of the house. I did this already. Anyways, okay. Fantastic. The kitchen is done, but I am missing one last thing. One very important thing, if I can even find it, which is, there it is. Just wanted the aprons, because why not? I mean, if the house is blue and yellow and white, then I think this is the best we can do. I wish you could put these like on doors. I mean, I can, but like, you know, it won't open with the door. But I can imagine that it does, so I'm just gonna leave that and move on with my life. Yeah, because it will disappear. Good. So, on to the dining room. What if I did something like this? And then what if, that's a big if, I then found a bunch of objects that I could maybe hide some of this stuff with, so it's not as redundant. But what would I even put there? I mean, it's a dining room, so it has to be kitchen-related stuff. Also, why are these rocks in here not the built by? Like, make it make sense, please. It's like, this is still gonna be kind of see-through, right? So I don't know if that does anything. What if I do this? I don't know why there are towels in here, but at least it's not, you know, as redundant. Let me just get rid of that. Because I know we also have these, like, yeah, hutches, right? Yeah, that's a hutch, that's a hutch. That's a bookshelf. And it is a little different, but it's, you know, still the same type of clutter items. This is like slightly, very slightly blue. Now let's keep the traditional ones, unless this? No. This? No. Let me try this one. I think these might be easier to hide. Sorry, or cover up rather. So one, let's see, one here. Hold on, this is like precision engineering right here. Oh, I did it. Fantastic. Cool. All right, let me find some clutter items and I'll put them into the shelving with you, but let me pull them out first. Okay, I have some clutter, so let's see if we can do this. I don't know, and I was also guessing where they would actually look good. That's not that bad. That's a good start. Let me pull out maybe some other plants. That looks better, to be honest. This maybe will look better in the teacup. Yeah, why not? This chicken. Right there. Nice. Very lovely. This stuff. Utensil holder. There we go. One of these. Can this cover up that? What is this bowl? Yeah, okay. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. I don't know if this will work or if it even should work. Because ultimately this is a dining room. And like, what are you having here? I just think books in the dining room are a little bit weird. It still sticks out. You can still see the picture in the back, but honestly, good enough. This, no, super large. However, yeah, that's a spot for a fruit bowl for sure. Okay, this does not fit very well. I mean, you can cover it, but then it's sticking out. So no. What about... Good enough. Let me get maybe one extra plant or so somewhere here. Something like this. Maybe make it much smaller and put it here. So like we're not covering anything up, but we're adding to it. Yeah, that's cute. Base game customization is not an easy feat, is it? All right, let's hope that the recolors of all of this works well. You know what? I like that. Too blue, too pink. I guess that's just right. So I think a round one will work really well in the space compared to like a long one. Because this is a square room, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, yep. So yes, we could do something like this. A bunch of chairs here and a bunch of chairs there. But to spice things up, I think the round one will do in the default swatch. So that brings us to chairs. I also love how they all look the same, like literally the same. Jesus. Variety is not the name of The Sims 4, is it? Okay. Anyways, this is a little new in terms of design style, but it might work. This is neither white or blue. I mean, it is white, yes, but it's not blue. So this wood definitely matches the table. This one matches the sideboards. And this is technically the type of wood that I would prefer to have. Because this is a little bit too yellow and too dark for what I'm trying to go here. But let me see what else we have. Okay, so this is a little bit too straight and chunky in a way. Like, the seat is so big compared to these like thinner back wood pieces. This one, I don't mind it, but it is like beaten up, so that's why I mind it. With these four, I mean, this one looks more interesting than that one, but I think this is a little bit too princess fancy. This might be a bit too fancy as well. This is not the most formal dining if it's a round table, you know? Which leaves us 3. No. I like the blue one because it's tall and you can see it. Let me find a rug first and then we'll make the decision. Okay, I took a look at a bunch of rugs, and unfortunately, or fortunately, this one is the winner. All of them were just a little bit too off, and also I like that this is square. For this square dining room table, I would like to make it a tiny bit smaller, though. Still a tiny bit, more or less. Better. So with that said, I think this chair might be too much on this rug. Yeah, a little bit too much. Which means we go with the white ones. Yay, decision made. Fantastic. And then let's see, what else do we put in this room besides curtains? The thing is, we will need to put the same ones probably across the whole house, won't we? I mean, not necessarily. We could go with either one. But I like the blue one. Let's see what other options we have. This is too short. This is a tiny bit too short. I might be able to look that over. See, this is a tiny bit too matchy-matchy. Everything's just way too the same. I can understand this is supposed to be part of a set, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just in a complaining mood today. I don't like it. This is too short. Fabulous. Alright, done. Let me just put this everywhere else in that case. Okay, besides the light fixture, which will probably be this one, right? Or do we change it up here? Yeah, let's change it up. Either this one or do we change it to like a slightly newer one? No, too new. Okay, I'm okay with this one, and I will add the tiny saucer light to make this a tiny bit brighter. Yeah, it's not much, but it is something. And I think, do we want a bar here? Is this a family of drinkers? Of entertainers? No, no it is not. And if it is, it can be in the other room. So how about some taller plants instead? Maybe like an orange tree, or this guy, because it's quite spread out, so it's not super skinny and sad like this guy. Yeah, I can make these three work, I think. This one can go right there. This one can go right here, and this one can go right there. No. Here? No, that's too much. Perfect, I figured it out. Let's actually, you know what we can do? We can add some sconces. Question is which ones? This? Actually pretty nice. These? I really don't like them for some reason. This is much better even though the blue's darker. Let's put it one here, one there. And if I can swing it, one right here. By swinging it, I mean something like that. Yeah, I'm into it. Alright, let's move on to the hallway really quickly and the entryway. I think we need a little bit more interest here. So you know what? I will spare you the details. I'll just show you what I got. Because all I really want is like a side table and like a chair and like maybe a mirror right here. So let me just do that off camera really quickly and I will be back in a second. Okay, I'm actually not done, but let me show you what I have so far. So I just put a little table over here with, you know, fresh cut flowers with, I believe, eucalyptus, the ship, a little lamp, and I need to recolor this. Green again? Yeah, why not? Does not hurt. Here I put a little, kind of a longer art piece because I just needed it to be long, and it's a little bit more modern than I would like it to be, but I couldn't find anything that was long, in the right style, but this had the right wood texture, wood color. And another lamp over here, which brings us to the front entry. And I'm thinking this type of like built-ins, honestly, because if it's just one, it kind of looks a little strange. So I want it to be a little bit like, kind of beefed up. So here which by the way, we need the burglar alarm by every door, which I think is a little bit wasteful and unnecessary, but again, just feel like complaining today, it looks. That's all right, that's okay. And then here we can do like a mirror with a chair. Oh, this might have been good in the dining room in the corner. That's all right, I don't feel like moving all the plants around and making that work. This can be in the living room if I can find a space for it. I'm looking for a shoe rack. Where is this? Right here. Fantastic. So maybe like I can make it a tiny bit smaller and put it here. Let's find some swatches. Ooh. Nice. Yes. Let me double check. Hmm? Oh, I like this pattern better. It's a little nicer. Like, milder, actually. What about... Well, this will probably be on the outside, not the inside, right? It kind of has to be blue, doesn't it? We will ignore the fact that it was Christmas trees. Just straight up ignore. This one, this one, this one. Too dark. Too dark into green. Okay, good enough. Good enough. Or a bigger rug for this whole area. Let's see what I can find. Tiny bit too big. Better. Better. I don't particularly like too many of the swatches. Different rug. Let's try a different rug. This bigger? Ooh, maybe. Do we actually have a big one like this? No, we don't. Let me try this one too. The right vibe, but I don't like it. What does this one have to offer? Honestly, it's not much better. This is, I think, too bright, especially for an entry rug. This isn't even blue at all. This is a tiny bit dark. I don't hate it, but let me try one last thing. Yep, I think that's the winner. Is it in where it should be? Yes, it is. Cool. And I'm thinking also of changing the color of the stairs to something possible. Oh, you know what would be fun? Right there. Anyways, this looks out of place actually now that I look at it. Maybe here then? Something like that. Oh, that looks even more awkward now that I look at it. I'm not going to look at it then. I'm just not going to look at it. Alright, I'm thinking, like, technically the colors are almost exactly right. The could be lighter though. I think. So yellow, it just blends in with everything. But I think that's okay. It's just stairs. They don't need to stand out. Fabulous. Alright. Actually, I've been recording for over an hour now. So I'm going to stop this right here. We actually got half, if not more, of the downstairs done. So we did the bathroom, the kitchen, the dining room, and the entryway. So tomorrow we will go to the living room and definitely the sunroom, and then hopefully I'll find my way upstairs as well, because like I said, I don't want this to be too many episodes, but since I'm still learning the hang of the Let's Builds, I'm trying to make these essentially not super long. Anyways, thanks for hanging out.